alternator bracket did not. I ended up getting a bunch of Faraday spots. Right. There's a bunch of bigger spots in there. Turned out like garbage, so this is gonna go jump tank. Brian ended up sandblasting two of those, one for Matt, one for me. I took mine and put matte color on it. That is in the oven right now, along with a bunch of other parts. I got, okay, I can't say hi. Brian powder coated this one. Turns out really nice. Nice part. Hot side was good for individually. Intake for individually. For air filter, too. I don't know what to call it. Gonna do this SC intake. And got radiator brackets and alternator brackets. Not I always call them radiator brackets. They're not radiator brackets. They're fan brackets. A couple more parts I got to do. I got to do his front dually hubs, which that's a surprise. Those were actually my C60 project. I put the front wheels around. Decided I'm not going to do dually spacers, so these are the nice ones. They have the holes there to get the impact sockets in. And then he's like, "Hey, how about set front knuckles for me?" So I grabbed those. Those are going to take a while just for how thick they are. We got my two parts right there that I got to go in. My coolant tank that I'm going to go with. So I got to finish sandblasting that. And then it's going to get done in my AC seal that I've been doing everything in for my truck. After these parts are done, I got a whole side light from that I got to do. I got to do a set of those for me and my AC seal. I was getting really frustrated with powder coat gun earlier. It seemed like it was flowing right, and I just realized that this knob right here got turn that and start throwing powder the way it's supposed to. So I'm happy with that. I haven't shown you guys, but I ended up tying an actual ground. This goes outside to a 10-foot grounding rod that I put in, and then I tied this grounding hook to this one with some 8-gauge speaker wire. Better grounds promote the powder to stick a lot better. So I think it's helping. Could be in my head, but I don't know. Friday night, Phoenix down to Parker's, hung out, got that again. Trying to think that through. Obviously, it feels like everything I'm doing is blue or teal. We got the sky blue for Matt. We got the HD teal for me. I was doing, I think this was called Menace Teal. That was actually one of my cheaper colors. I bought it just to practice. This was my very first part. Had to see a little bit of discoloration. I think that it's because the powder was too thick. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I only know a little bit what I'm doing now. But it was hot here today. This oven's been going for like 6 hours. And I really want to get an exhaust fan up there, hoping that'll suck the heat out. It also doesn't help that it's almost 90 degrees in Michigan today. This is like the first time I've worn my hat today. So speed time is normally on the other side of the shop. Every time I pull it out, like if I'm gonna go cruising or whatever, I'll wipe off the windshield. The windshield is nothing but powder coat dust. So I need a gonna do my setup yet because I really need a big oven, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna lay this room out if I do get a big oven. I might not get the big walk-in one that I want. I might go with like a 4x4, which would essentially be the same size as my spray booth, and I think that would be sufficient for now because I've had to turn down 4 or 5 jobs for it right now. And I have people waiting on me to get a bigger oven. But I really need to invest in a bigger oven. Matt's been pushing me that right now is the time to invest because I don't know about. I think I've mentioned it on here that my shop is going to be closing next June, and I don't want to go back to a normal 9 to 5. I want to be my own boss, and this is my plan: do a powder coat. So I kind of agree with Matt. I really should invest, but you guys watch the channel. I'm cheap ass, and I don't like to spend money. So right now, all the powder coat stuff that I've had to buy between powder, building my booth, buying my gun, fixing my oven to wire that up out here, I have about 1,500. I've already made 200 of that back. Probably go throw this stuff before I forget about it, so that way it's ready when I switch over to mine. Carburetor was part, so here's another big piece of the puzzle that he was missing. I also thought about online earlier when everybody's here working. Got a show in progress of powder coating, sandblasting, working on my car, and all that fun stuff. Okay, 370. So 92. So a couple of these parts are really close to starting their timer. If you guys don't know, powder coat has a great schedule. And find when I bag that sky blue. And 400 degrees. Then 400 degrees does not start until your part hits 400 degrees. And the thicker the parts, the longer it takes to get to 400 degrees. Which is, I'm going to love my life this month because I've been running that oven a lot. I can't say most of it, half of it is because that is paying for his parts. He bought the powder, so that helped me out with backing off a little bit of the cost of the front. Like I said, those are going to be done in emerald sky blue. Those are going to be done in emerald sky blue. The tow hooks are extra. So Matt parts these trucks out, and we kind of talked about it a long time ago, where I will go over, I will grab parts, powder coat, practice, and then we will put the parts back up. And when all these parts that we're doing right now for the Cummins are not parts off the truck. These are parts off different trucks that we've got. And then get them powder coated to the color, and then hurry up and swap them out, swap them. And then probably do the same to the parts that we take off our trucks. These how he deals with Cummins. We're going to try to find common colors
now are just basic tones. You don't really get a whole lot of color unless it's sports cars or something, which is why my stuff stands out so much when I go places. Standard stuff. So not really worried about it. Car's fun to drive. The car's super good on gas. So my truck, I'm pretty sure my Cummins has something draining the battery because last week I had to jump start it in the morning. I had to jump start it the next morning. I'd have it jump started at work, and then the next day it wouldn't even start. So threw new battery in, and that was way better. But the fact that when we put my motor in, we deleted the second battery, we deleted the grid heater, and some more stuff that probably should have been deleted for winter time. Forgot where I was getting with this. I will be happy when I get my first powder coated, so that way. This was the color that was kind of my backup because I didn't know if I was going to mess up. Which this part turned out good. The other parts turned out better, and we're just going to stick with the candy color. It is probably my most expensive color, and most of the people really like it. So I'm hoping that going to car shows and stuff, I can show off my work. I've been posting everything on Facebook. I will probably start posting on local Facebook groups and possibly getting flyers made to pass out or hang up at local businesses. I'm hoping to kind of stay busy, but at the same time, I kind of want time with the kids and time to unwind after work. So this is mostly going to be a weekend job, hopefully. Just got to stay busy with stuff that's not mine. Check this temp again. $272, $77, $382. So I'm hoping to not be out here too late tonight. Literally the last two pieces I have. I'm going to try to gas all these boost tubes at one time just because they're all the same thing. The intake, I don't know how long that's going to take, but that's probably, actually I think that's literally the last piece of diesel kit thing that I got to do is that intake and that lower arm, but I can't do them at the same time because they're going to heat up differently. All these brackets I just threw in there are all pretty close to the same, except for the alternator bracket. Because the alternator bracket and the alternator bracket and the thermostat housing are like the same material, same thickness. So those were able to go in together. I think I'm going to try to find some more oven racks that'll fit in my oven so I can just do a quick swap with my actual rack, because I kind of got to figure out how I hang stuff in there now and how I hang stuff in my powder room, or my spray booth. So I got my main hook, that's what I started with. And then I did these 4 corners of hooks. And then I made these chains. And that makes it so that way I can hang my oven rack in here. I had to cut out the back corner of my oven rack to actually go above where the oven rack is supposed to slide in. It sits on top of everything. And I had to cut out for the light in the back of the oven to go around it, just so I can get that clearance so I can hang bigger parts. I think I made a short on it, but I powder coated a intake for a 440 Mopar,
and that turned out really good. But that was the reason that I had to do the 4 hooks, just because I had to get creative on how to make it fit in the oven, because it wasn't like a small block Chevy where the runners are actually lower than the base of the intake. The intake actually had like a little bit of a belly to it, so I couldn't set it down on anything without it not looking professional, I guess. Customer was really happy with it. When I dropped it off, I was driving past where he lives, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna save you the trip. I'll drop it off. He showed me the car it's going on. He said he loved it, and he's like, okay, well, when I start tearing into it more, I'm gonna give you this piece, and this piece, and I want those on the same color. And I'm like, deal. I'm excited with the support I'm getting from friends and people in the car scene, or the local friends and people in the local car scene that I kind of pass by and stuff, because they do come across my social media and they're happy with my work too. They're like, hey, when you get set up to where you can do this, I want this done. And I'm like, okay. So I know there's a lot of talk. So obviously when somebody knows how to do something, everybody's like, oh, I'll go to you first. And then when it comes down to, oh, I don't want to do that. But I've had some good friends that are like, oh, you gotta know what you're worth. Don't just give stuff away. Your time is worth money too, not just your material. Yep, girly drinks. So it's been, I don't know, 19 minutes. I think I'm gonna call this live good. I don't want to bore you guys too much, and I guess stick around for the next one. And I'm guessing this channel is mostly gonna turn into powder coat videos, and we're gonna stay doing our cruises. I've been getting kind of lazy on those when I do go to them, because I just want to hang out with my friends, have fun, and not have to worry about editing a video, because editing, frankly, it kind of sucks. I think Spencer's kind of getting that way too, but trying to get his channel built. So if you guys would go check out Dodge Chop and Tune Shop, check out the 75 Charger that he's doing, and we'll be back with more from the Phoenix. So see you guys on the next one. How do I get off here?